police chief joins the mayor in a news conference today addressing weekend violence.
And they say the deaths over the weekend could have been avoided if those involved had chosen to resolve their disputes in a more peaceful way.
5 people died in 4 separate incidents, and in each one, investigators say the assailants and the victims knew each other. WSFA 12 News reporter Simon Schussler has more.
5 people lost their lives in 4 violent acts in Montgomery between Friday and Sunday.
Too many lives lost, too many families hurting, and too many people asking why this keeps happening.
The Montgomery Police Department will never view violence in our community as acceptable or inevitable.
The weekend deaths were the result of blunt force trauma, a stabbing, and at this location on Carmichael Road, a triple shooting. Mayor Reed says he was there to see the aftermath for himself.
Seeing this scene was tough, as they always are. But again, talking to innocent people is the most problematic part of that, along with those lives that were lost.
Investigators say there's one common denominator in all the deaths. None of them were random. Police say the victims and suspects in each of the 4 cases knew each other, and 3 of them were domestic related.
It's heartbreaking because it means that people could have walked away. People could have decided to turn the other cheek or decided to back down, so to speak.
The chief emphasized the various local resources for those dealing with personal conflicts, like the Family Guidance Center, the Family Justice Center, and Victims of Crime Against Leniency.
But that missing piece is people in the community or family members who, when they know there's an issue, contact these organizations.
Gray Boyce added his department has strong leads in all of these cases.
Suspects will be charged, held accountable, and they will face justice.
Simon Schussler, WSFA 12 News, Montgomery.
To read more details about each of the deadly crimes reported over the weekend or to watch today's news conference in its entirety, go to WSFA.com or open our news app.
Yo, what's up, baby? It's episode 2. Okay, baby, I seen the video for this Tuesday, one for y'all, man. I probably know the video news out of my city, man, Montgomery, man. Okay, I seen news to where I think the mayor Stephen Reed and the other dude, the police chief, and there was it's a chief Jim Gray Boys, the type of like a press conference in Montgomery to discuss the, so they had like I discussed the crime rate in Montgomery, the violence and how the violence is getting bad down here. But so I had watched the news saying I think 5 people were 5 people are dead. I think 1 was injured. So I think it's like a couple like shootings going on probably in different locations in Montgomery. So I think one of them, was at so the rest of them too. I think one purple I think somebody was shot off of the Friday night off of I think 1700 block of I think Heavy Lane area, to where they say that this person that was Fred Sanders was shot and killed. So they having another shooting happening over here off of I think Gino Road area, to where I think off I think 4 a.m. in the morning, to where I think somebody was shot and killed too. So they say that Tamiko Coleman, age 50, died from a blunt force trauma, and I think that the suspect, and the motive was not made clear about who shot this person over here, and so they had another so rest of one to it had type of another shooting they on late Saturday the evening, to where they said that a triple shooting left 2 people dead and a 3rd person was injured off Carmichael Road. So since the police department is now trying to identify some killed Anthony Davis, age 37, and I think Prentice Parks, age 44. So I guess it's more of a type of like a domestic violence incident. I don't know. I guess more domestic. I don't know. So I seen the news saying that I think this crime is kind of like more domestic in a way, to where like some I just about knew each other. I don't know, the victim knew the suspect or what going on, but for like them the crimes can be kind of like more domestic. But I feel like the violence in Montgomery is getting bad, man, to where like some people get killed in different locations, you know, in the city, to where like somebody who get killed, I don't know, it'd be over type of argument turn bad to where, you know, somebody have a gun and they'll, you know, shooting somebody, be over an argument dispute, and how I think how somebody might know each other or something, but for like, person probably knew each other. Oh, you know, I said the victim knew the suspect or what going on, but I feel like crimes in Montgomery could be over one paid argument, man, to where one paid argument lead to a, you know, a shooting. How the you know, how the violence can get bad, to where, you know, if you a person out here, you wanna, you know, wanna start a little conflict with somebody, be over beef, man. How beef can start over one paid argument. How, you know, I think somebody might get angry over one's I think over another person's you know, emotions and how they get mad, you know, how, but I feel, but I do feel like some people in Montgomery don't know how to, you know, squash beefs and stuff, you know, squash issues. Like, I don't know, I feel like it'd be kind of like bad to where a person who get mad over a little bit of thing to where, you know, they get, you know, I said ready to crash out and want to kill somebody, you know. But I think one person was stabbed, I think the other person was shot, and I think the third person was killed down here. So I feel like the other person was shot, you know. But I feel like it's getting kind of like, you know, I feel like Montgomery, my city, you know, it's never that bad, but it gets kind of, you know, a little bit worse because, like, you know, the crime rate is getting, like, terrible. But I feel like, you know, it's not really, I feel like, you know, Montgomery, it's not really that bad. Chicago or Atlanta, the places, but I feel like, you know, Montgomery do get, you know, a lot of crime here and there due to the people who wanna, like, you know, wanna start the beef and stuff. But I feel like the crimes that are gonna be over. Uh, I say uh I say of adults who want to argue and fight and cuss and shoot. But I feel like them things can be over. I think a person who knew each other, it be over type of dispute involved and how one person can get shot. And but I feel like, you know, I think Stephen Reed is trying to do his best to, you know, to stop the violence and how the violence cannot stop. Man, I feel like, you know, I don't know. I think the violence will never stop in my city, man. I feel like the violence will never ever stop unless people should learn how to squash issues, you know, and squash beefs, you know, and try to resolve issues. Because you can not stop the violence if the violence might continue. But I feel like, you know, people who do stuff like this in the world is someone who want to crash out, man. Be over how, you know, one person who get like, you know, I think a person who gets evil is someone he gets evil be over one bad argument, man. One argument, you know, one argument turn to something else. And but yeah, man, I feel like it's sad to where, you know, first in Montgomery don't know how to squash the issues and stuff down here because it gets too bad. Because, you know, I really live in, you know, I think small city to where, you know, I think so I feel like Montgomery got over 200,000 people, so I feel like it's small. And so people who want to, you know, want to start beefs and stuff down here because it gets over arguments, how one argument turn to, you know, a shooting in the murder, how the murders can get, you know, gets like, you know, over, you know, I do feel that murders be about how one get judged of another person, how, you know, it be over judged and hate. But I feel like Montgomery do got a lot of, you know, problems at hand to where if somebody want to give a gun, somebody, you know, want to start this beef, you know, once, you know, things can get bad to where somebody, I say, could get hurt or be shot up and stabbed, man. But I feel like kind of sad to where this thing can happen in a way. But so yeah, so I pray for the victim who so I feel like people should learn how to always, you know, I think walk away and squash the beef before it gets too bad. So make sure you like, comment in, strive for peace. I'm out here. Take care and peace.